Chana Bechawa tier for. I see it's quite interesting said and then so you see a better now because and then he said Yamaha and net Wednesday, right? It's the issue at hand there very pressing. Captain, Nameka said if you look at the current state of Ghana woman, we are in economic emergency. We need redemption. And baby Yadri, there is no redemptive alternative for Ghana aside change. And that is what some of us are here advocating for. Say there will be a new paradigm, at least a bit of a hope for the ordinary and the average Ghanaian. Sebi, Omabomabu, Benyahoto, so say, Oman Ghana, na say the shining star of Africa. You secure independence first in the sub-region, inspire other countries to gain independence. You know, really knew we are the shining star. And you know, in the course of what we are doing, if you don't have anything sensible to say, you better shut up and sit somewhere and allow those who want to add their voices to the narrative or to the conversation to ensure, say, Ghana will be where we want it to be, you know, a better feasible. Because some of us, you know, the American dreams elsewhere and how a man for striving here to make it successful. This is the time for us to set in young Kasaya the Ghanaian dream no a possible. So where Ghana also in the first place and yet monarchical state. I know hene na so. And I say oh we ya momechem so yan kan we yasem a democracy. So I am telling you so we had the wave of civilization that swept over Europe. Am I Europe as a no. That same wave of civilization and they're swerving at this particular place. But Captain Mao William said the Yahuni was happening in thousandfold in Europe. Because Europe, they were all under monarchies. Spain, England, your friend is saying France and other countries. But that wave of civilization got activated in France. Then, you know, Sika as a YDC Suku down research, man for the empower man for no, those monies were going into building of cathedrals, and the first estate and the second estate, you know, were enriching themselves all to the detriment of the third estate, the commonness. At the point, even the two abakrana, Ohieni Bakon, as Sikani Bakon vote, and then here for 5 a vote in a year pay. But this wave of civilization is sweeping over Europe. A man for the conscious, awakened, and then they settled the grounds of Europe. The kind of transformation that you see today, you know, so the old estate, you know, will always and always attempt to control the narrative and gag civilization. Because the very moment a man for a enlighten, you know, a threaten the old estate and then a threaten some your friends say authority be a man for. So always and always they try. And that is what is in play in this particular country. At this point, the youth are becoming enlightened, socially awakened, politically conscious. A man for a follow politics. Today, politics is no longer your friends say politics now a man for funny serious a man for who shame no, and they are very full-time job for a man for politics, you know, obia the who shame 24/7. The youth are all over on social media just trying to get involved in the national conversation. So nobody anywhere can sit somewhere and say this machinery that has been set in motion, you know, somebody can thwart it. Because my culture said, for us to be successful and achieve whatever that we want to achieve, you know, some of us are going for the proponent of deliberative democrats who says power must fall from the elite, the power, those at the top, you know, to the commonness. Now, say commonness and answer na power never be and some we must make sure say answer. Because my culture say power can never be given to a fool. And democracy is never for fools. What the democracy my fool is like say what the sharp knife, cry, only nyansa or the channel. And unfortunately, that is the realm Ghana in Africa, democracy. We have it, a tool for us to, you know, have some kind of economic liberation and so forth. But consistently, we use the same tool to impoverish a lot and not kakrebi ayeye. So at this point, that wave of civilization that has been set in motion, you know, nobody is going to stop it. It's a we are hene, we are or software now we away, and you have nothing to add up to the conversation. Better shut up and sit somewhere and allow those who want to do it, because we see say there is light at the end of the tunnel. I do you know, Captain. so one pass wo enra metia na me hu say MPP MPs a press conference talking about Akufo-Addo and Saki Kenoforiata no. Yes, I wasn't all that impressed, but I was very happy. Because this is the first time we are seeing such development in this particular country. Because over the years, party loyalty, party allegiance, and those things not taking center stage. But some of this advocacy, calling on them, trying to enlighten the masses, now got into a point. So they have no other option than to call say Kenoforiata should resign. And I think that is the point. Now, some for calling Kenoforiata to resign. The guy has committed a lot of economic atrocities against this particular country. Hey. Oh, yes. Me say Kenoforiata should not be talking from radio station or your press conference. And by now, and order jail room somewhere your friend is saying prisoner war and Sawam order and Sawam prison and or Casa Free an interview from prison. Because the guy has committed a lot of economic atrocities against this particular country. But he is still at post because they offer and they are president. And to them, it's a family enterprise that anybody can just get in and do whatever that they want to do. Because Niama Akosu Okroma, Bosian Boy, Yadi or man we yabo from the beginning to end. Eurobond Kasudua, ya subscribe to end. Bond now, I'm for Transia with no. Or my we Munimyansa, so we are locking you out of it. You can't go there and borrow anymore. So for that reason, we are not able to go there and borrow anymore. That is the state you women. Or minor economically, all the rating agencies in as if you downgrading Ghana to the sense no conversation economically now what can Ghana a war space a bit anything better. And other side initiative in as if for we say mind be certain relief no they are not ready to go for it because they will be asked to open the books and they will be exposed. That is why I told you say 2020 now COVID-19 by an IMF and the World Bank. The initiative by a debt service suspension initiative some countries sign on to, and for that particular initiative, their debts, are more restructured in such a way so certain relief. Yet every year, Biana is spending a fortune of about 50 billion Ghana cedis in debt servicing. Now, mines are not better. You just go and look at the proceeds. So, obviously, these guys have committed a lot of atrocities against this particular country. Obia, when you really want to see Ghana to progress, you speak against it. And then look at the dollar rate and and you begin to ask initiative because dollar will be telling him that it's a lie because the government is proactive, not the pragmatic measures in place. Captain, I am telling you, say the dollar will be stabilized, but they are not ready. Because say so or near importable chrome honey apart from the production in Ukraine and China more. Na ye Shoprite, and your Shoprite, and na way foreign companies and import to those things. Or when the back number ton when mana. There is no law that says retain percentage of your capital in this particular country. And so they repatriate all the amount in dollars and they take it away. So as a mind then our benefit. Other countries they made conscious effort to ensure among weevil regulations at least a certain percentage of your capital will be retained, especially at this particular crucial time. Again, dollar na yek de cough craft near my frabonten. Adding to the government and make policy say or mo cra oil no sa OMCs for no mo cra oil na man for motor and near my crucial affect you biano. Government ain't mean stabilize dollar rate mo say if you really want to go and bring a near my 1, 2, 3 to my woman, go to Bank of Ghana, your fixed rate the amount and or no sabe ya encost no sabe ma prices fluctuation in as for no anchor. In the face of all these things, the government has decided not to do anything, and the dollar is rising. And Ghana for no making assurances to us that they are really coming to solve a problem. They are really coming to ensure the economic daily welfare of Ghanaians in near money haywire. Nothing seemed to be working, and no measure any and now people are complaining. To the extent that the MPs are complaining. Teachers are complaining. Everybody is complaining. And somebody sits somewhere and says, if you are insulting government, then as if I will before and as we are crashing. You see, such words, you don't expect them to come from Penini because some of these things I am crossing my roadside and I can't because Nipa na or more criticize ya buying and ya attempt no moody. But they are rather telling the government that the many promises that he made, the assurances he made to Ghanaians, the broken trust not Ghana for, because Ghana for voted for Akufo-Addo not because of the whole change. Nipa na no more contesting no, and answer now or something special, but it was because of the many assurances that he gave. Say, or a better alternative than the Naya or Hono, and this among the 2 million manner or bar or the Neman say be Guakwemu. The same Akufo-Addo was loved by Ghanaians at the political fringes when he was doing his campaign, to the extent that even Ghanaians collected money to service his campaign. It means that they loved him. So at this point, if there is this disenchantment on radio and everywhere, people are complaining, calling on the president, criticizing him as a sensible and as a reasonable person, well, the first question that should be coming to your mind is, then I call wrong. Because nipa na quite recently now man for a hailing, then you begin to walk through the many activities are also, then you caution him, say, on your nearma right, because being president, and ya ohena komya na akasa me na nanumu ye na mudi jame ya kontokwa quantity and that nearma ni nyadwuma oha. What I say? And now your henna, and never be in a settlement or your henna, and your courage and wisdom. Go and let young Sanipum Guapa can say a cockon, and Nibiaba, tiny money in her. So we are henna, dear bit why your henna, so only are able to exhibit courage and wisdom. And in exhibiting courage is when you are able to stand firm and bold, resolute to defend your people. But if you happens to be someone who defend a narrow interest, because that particular interest, satisfy whatever that you need. Now the majority of your people are living in poverty, they are being impoverished on daily basis, and nothing seems to be done. Even right at the backyard, we are battling with Galamsey issue. Galamsey, I am go for, I am go fail. And you think there is nothing wrong. You see, this kind of tribal kind of politics, yamfa ya politics na ya dwen so me de oyemi nipa na de sabi nipa no din se munu kra me de me ho nyina beto ama no. And I make say ene politics na ababedu ene no. Assistant, the rules of engagement has changed. The youth in first, he will die for NDC, he will die for MPP. The issue, the person you're interested, no.